Hi Joe, or as I know you, Mum.
Hi Tina.
Thank you for having me today. I wanted to talk to you not only about this room in particular, but I want to talk to you about this house because you upsized. So what was the reason for upsizing?
Well, we upsized because we thought we would love our extended family to be able to all come and visit and be comfortable. So our 3 kids and their kids, and also our parents as well, and to be able to come and really enjoy the space, the inside and the outside.
Fantastic. Now with a bigger home, there are challenges. Odd room shapes, big spaces, and you want to be able to live in every one of those rooms. So that's obviously a challenge in itself. So talk to me a little bit about this room in particular and what you were wanting to achieve from this space.
So this room we've dubbed the Christmas tree room because we have a space that is absolutely perfect for a Christmas tree. The prior owners had a piano there. We did decide to make it a storage and kids play area, but we also have a fairly formal zone, which is right behind us, which is around the focal point of our beautiful fireplace.
Yes.
And we wanted to make it a conversational area as well.
Yeah.
And also the third zone is on entry to the room where we created a built-in library, which we use a lot. So 3 different zones
Yes.
in the one space, and it works fantastically for everybody that comes and uses the house.
And the way we created the zones is we built in furniture. And this is a really important thing to consider in a large open plan room like this that is a little bit of an awkward shape, that if you just place furniture in a room, it will look just like that. There won't be anything to ground the space. So the use of built-in furniture, lighting and rugs work to define various zones within an open space. So I probably want to talk to you a little bit about this idea of a focal point, which we can see the fireplace here. We didn't want the TV to be the focal point. And a lot of people will go, what do you mean the TV's not mounted above the fireplace? Because that's the standard place that you generally see it. But in this instance, the TV is secondary because this room is about coming together as a family, having conversations, having a wine in the evening, having the kids read books, and it's not about the TV.
That's exactly right. And that's how it's worked. The TV hardly ever gets turned on in here, actually.
Yeah, it's really interesting. And the idea of having a mirror rather than a TV bounces light around the room, makes the room feel even more grand than it already is. But the mirror is also a nice balance between all of these beautiful art pieces that I can see in the room.
The artwork was done by a friend in Melbourne, and it actually inspired the whole feel and the theme for this room, the colours.
In this home, we wanted to create a more conversational setting. This isn't an area to watch TV and to lounge around, so we wanted to place the sofas opposite one another and also have the addition of these armchairs, which are fantastic. Not only do they pull out the colour from the artwork, but they swivel, which means that you have the ability to move and be a part of the conversation no matter what area of the house is being used.
Oh, absolutely. And when the kids are reading their books, we swivel around and we read with them on the floor and and the adults sitting in the chair, or the kids swiveling around sitting in the chair, and they feel fabulous too.
Yes, exactly. And I think it's really important to note that when you enter this room, you don't want to see the back of a sofa. So being able to see the back of these beautifully curved and textured armchairs rather than the back of a sofa is also a really beautiful way to enter the room.
Yes, definitely.
So I think a lot of people would instantly think fireplace, put my sofa in front of it, but that can cause a whole lot of issues and also block the zones off from one another. So then all of a sudden your back is to the kids reading at the library, whereas now it's open and spacious.
Oh, I think the furniture placement in here is perfect for what we wanted and to be able to use the 3 zones really effectively.
Fantastic. Now let's talk about the material selections, because we have this beautiful velvet here, so which means that we needed to have a balance of more tactile finishes. And so I think that we've got the balance quite right here, that we've got a lot of beautiful texture going on in the rug, a beautiful texture in this armchair, and then we've got the simple glass coffee table, so it doesn't feel too heavy and too flat, and it reflects light around the room. Yeah, it makes a huge difference. So I think the glass coffee table paired with the mirror, paired with the glass pendants, all work to kind of balance out those heavy textured finishes.
Absolutely.
Yes. Another thing I want to mention that the previous owners had built-in joinery either side of the fireplace too, but they actually had vertical sections, which meant it looked really dated. So what we actually did is we removed those vertical sections, we painted it white, and we made the spaces a little bit larger, which instantly made it look more contemporary. I think it all makes a big difference, but having that built-in furniture existing and simply painted set the tone for the other built-in furniture. So the built-in bench seats in the Christmas tree area, and also obviously the base and the joinery in the library area. So it kind of meant that you didn't have to touch that, but it inspired the rest of the design. Another thing I want to mention is that we've got west over this side, which means that you get that hot afternoon sun. So we've installed floor-to-ceiling curtains that can easily shut it off and block out the space. So not only does it make the room feel elegant, the ceilings feel higher, but it's practical as well.
They are, and when you peek through the door to have a look in this room, I feel like those floor-to-ceiling curtains really have a big impact.
Fantastic. So I think what we can take away from this space is that you need to design a space for how you want to live here, and you want to live here by having conversations in this little area. You want to be able to read with your grandkids, and you want to be able to celebrate Christmas here and fit everyone in, and so everyone has a seat, and that's exactly what this space has done. So I think the idea of just defining the zones with both built-in joinery and rugs and lighting really brings this space together and makes it feel like it's always been this way.
I know, you did a great job. Well done.
Thank you.